Welcome back to another episode of the House of Aquarius podcast. It is your favorite Aquarius here, Make-A-Wish, back to bring you another one. Now, okay, let me, if I get into this one. This is a request from a subscriber of ours, and I look forward to doing this, but this one is hard. Oh my goodness, every time I'm thinking about it, it's so hard, So, Gemini man and Gemini woman. All right, I'm gonna try and hit this the right way, somehow, some way, possibly. Okay, so. This is not one of the signs that are, from what I've been finding, happen to be too different from each other. But if you guys been following the podcast episodes thus far, you've been noticing a certain trend. I am, until I see otherwise, until something's proved me otherwise. Like I said, I'm agnostic about this stuff. I do not believe that two people of the same sign can have a long-lasting relationship. In this situation here, let's try dive into this. See what we can do. See what we have. See what we're working with here. Okay. As I said before, if you guys actually listen to the Gemini episode time podcast, Geminis are the only people that I have a hard time guessing they're Geminis. Like, because they are so varied, so variety, so chameleon-like. We have the very obnoxious, loud Geminis. We have the very quiet ones. We have the very talkative ones. Every now and then I get one, but more often than not, I'm nowhere close with the Gemini. So, going to this one. Gemini is the first mutable sign. So they're very adaptive, and that's actually one thing that's very known for Geminis, is they're very versatile. Any situation they're put into, they have a easy way to maneuver and figure things out with. Excuse me. They are a cerebral sign. So, in their air sign, let's know they do first. First of their air sign, which means mostly they are cerebral. They tend to think more logically before they bring their emotions into play. In this situation here, this is a very, very true thing. Geminis are very intellectually and very retort, very witty, very quick on their feet. And they make a lot of changes very, very fast. Conversationally, mentally, maybe physically, I don't know. I can't speak of that much. But listen, the only key difference that I've been really noticing about the male and the female is that the female tends to be more outwardly spoken about wanting to be in a long-term committed relationship. That's the only common trend that I've noticed. But don't get me wrong, male Geminis are down to be in a very long-lasting committed relationship too. But you have to work for that. It's with this situation here, these two signs, or these two people here, you have to entertain them, keep them entertained intellectually. They do not like to be bored whatsoever. So the other person in the relationship has to be the kind of person to be able to keep up with them. Because if you are slow-witted, slow-minded, slow in thought, slow in action, you will lose the interest of the Gemini. With that being said, there actually is a very, very strong benefit for this relationship, because they're both going back and forth. It's like literally like a ping pong table tennis match at high speed. Got on 3 times watching the championships for, the actual international championships ridiculously fast. How? But that's also one thing too. Oh man, this is a tough one because, like I said, this really comes down to the placements of the other pieces in the charts. If they're able to maintain themselves, like I said, I have not come across two Geminis that are like really close in personality. Every Gemini I know is very different. They have, obviously there's some similar traits for being the sun sign, but everything else is very, very speculative, very subjected to change, and that's one thing that I have issue with them. So it's hard for me to really gauge this one. This one's a rough one. What I have noticed is that they tend to what I have noticed is they tend to be very easy to leave a relationship. Like I said, if you're not keeping up with them, not keeping them interested in what's going on with them and how, because they like novelty. I mean, everyone likes novelty to some degree, but this is one of the signs that if you're not doing something to keep them interested with the novelty / gimmicky stuff, something constantly changing, something constantly happening, something always making motion to happen in their relationship, or doing something new, trying something new, exploring something sexually. Or actually, one thing. If you listen to the other Gemini stuff, some Geminis are actually the male Geminis tend to be very, very open to doing things that are actually more experimentation sexually. That actually could be something that could help them maintain their relationship better, but maintain their relationship longer. But unfortunately, sex is not always the end all be all in relationships. Some there are, and that's actually an issue. But that is one of the things that could help maintain things. Like I said, this is a rough one. This is one of the rough ones because this is very other placements in the chart heavy. One thing that is known for Geminis is that they are very, they can be very stubborn. They keep open to change, but they can be very stubborn in regards to fixated on their certain thought process, unless you show them otherwise something else. In that regards, they could have a bunch of problems in regards to, I'm trying to find the right word for this one. This one is this is a toughie, man. Because Geminis have a certain way with words, and how they speak upon things, and how they say things to each other, to other people. They are very persuasive. They can be very persuasive, and they like to get their way. And I have noticed that, yes, that the male Geminis tend to be a lot more controlling than female Geminis. But like I said, in that situation, that could be Geminis are a sign that don't like to be controlled either. So that can cause issues and conflicts, depending on to what degree the control issues come into play. I said this one, like, I'm not gonna lie, I replayed this one yesterday. I've been thinking about this on and off for the past day. This one is rough. It's really hard to get into this because, like I said, it's so variable. But like I said, the biggest key traits about this is that it comes down to them understanding how to make it work. How they can have to understand how each other operates in regards to keeping things open and keeping things fresh. Because the male tends to be quicker, I shouldn't say quicker, more open to being quicker than the female in this situation to leave a relationship or just ghosting it, you know. Like I said, the female is looking for that the LTR, the long-term relationship, a lot more frequently. I'm trying to find some more words here. This is the only thing that I hadn't suggest is that I lost it. They man, this is killing me. In the long term, this is not it's unlikely to last, simply because, like I said, if they're not constantly being refreshed and reevaluating the relationship with regards to bringing new dynamics into it, they are likely to get bored. And like I said before, the males should be or could be quicker to lead than the female, simply because of the fact of the detachment of emotions. Now, I'm not going to say that when you actually have a Gemini that's committed, they do love. They do love pretty hard. But you may not ever, I mean, when emotions get involved, they might say otherwise. But simply when it's just a normal situation, you will feel the love coming from them. That's one thing that I have noticed to some degree. And in this situation, like I said, the biggest issue here is they don't have things that really foundationally keep the relationship strong for a long lasting time. Both people here are open to do new things. They may have direction, but they have the quickness to abort things and try something new. They could have a situation where having a whole bunch of constant new plans and projects in the works and leave a lot of things on the table and actually being finished and actually being thoroughly going into things into a certain level of depth. I said it would be exciting. That's one thing I've noticed. I have a few, like 2 or 3 people actually had the same dynamic, Gemini, and their relationship tend to be a lot more chaotic than normal. Okay? Simply because of the fact that they're dealing with a lot more variables, and both people are constantly switching on, switching off, emotions on, emotions out. All those quick dynamics all the time can change things and make it very stressful. Geminis typically have one issue with going towards people who are more emotional, who have baggage. The best way to put this one, I'm saying it in a nice way. Because emotions, as typically with the air signs, are something that we tend to falter in. And in this situation, having that, they go through those situations and then using their changeability to adapt to the situation, things become a little more chaotic than what they are willing or not willing to do. But they drive towards a chaos type situation. So, in the long run, the situation here, they won't be getting exactly what they need emotionally. They may get what they want mentally to some degree, because the correct conversation, if someone as fast as them, constantly back and forth, no matter what they say, there's always something to be said. They both have the ideas to keep trying new things and keep things fresh and all that good stuff. But there could be a certain level of separation because of that non-foundational stuff, non-foundational for relationship, long-lasting terminology stuff, which comes down to the placements in the chart. That's what it comes down to. Like, if you have two camouflage or two chameleons mimicking each other, they are literally doing chameleon shit still, you know? You can't blend them with the black and the blue, unless you're black and blue, you know, or something like that. It sounds right in my head. That sounds completely wrong out loud. But yeah, in this one though, like I said, the long term, I don't see this one being a very strong, long-lasting relationship because of the things that the other person, they both have that void that's not being filled by the other person, like foundation, like direction, like stability, or practicality, anything like that. Those things are missing, and the other one can't bring it to them. Like I said, unless they have strong, like a whole bunch of earth placements or a whole bunch of water placements in their birth chart. You know, that's the only thing that can really offset this. That's what I'm seeing. In the short term though, this would be fucking like, this is like heaven on earth, honestly, because they're getting everything they need in that quick short term. But in the long run though, I don't see it actually being a very satisfyingly long relationship that's not toxic. And if you happen to know someone who is in this situation, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Shit, tag them if you can, show them this, and then say, is this black guy making shit up for you? Or just writing the money? Let me know, because I actually very curious about this. I don't, like I said, it's so variable that it's very, 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 very up in the air. But like I said, long term though, this is not one that I foresee being able to submit itself without the other pieces of the birth chart coming into play. Gemini, Suns, stay away. So anyway, if you get anything else to add to that one, feel free to put it down in the comments below. I much appreciate that, because this is one, like I said, I always, dealing with Gemini, I always struggle with these situations without having the other piece to actually help it in. Because right now it's literally like I'm trying to dilute water with water, you know? It's you know. So like I said, appreciate the information. Let me know, let you know all the good stuff, and like, share, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it, guys. Hey, everyone, as always, my friend, stay classy. Be you. Make a wish. Out.